Lutheran Campus Ministry here, second year of doing a public foot washing station. And this year, last year I did it by myself. This year I had a couple students with me, and so it was better weather-wise. We didn't have a massive storm come through and nearly blow our tent over, but we have some different thoughts here. I'm going to ask the students. Luther, what was your experience of foot washing station?
Well, nobody really actually got their feet washed, but I think that not so much the point. I thought it was nice that we were out there and that people saw that it was something that we were willing to do for them, and just sort of a symbolic thing.
Okay. And Doman, what was your experience? What did you think of that?
I think it was my first time getting my feet washed. I don't think that's
ever really
happened
ever?
Before. I don't think so. No. I mean,
oh wow,
washed my whole body before, just not only the feet.
Right. I mean, right. Yes, of course. You have washed your body before, and clearly your feet. But I mean, as a part of a Monday, Thursday
practice. Yeah.
Practice. Yes. So.
It was nice to see people walking by and say hello to a few people, and we got some good reactions, if nothing else. So I thought it was a positive experience.
Yeah, we switched gears a little bit, right? Because we sat there and we greeted people, and then we finally started handing out our little flyer, which for the most part, folks were pretty receptive to that, right? Mm-hmm. So, but what do you think for either of you? Do you think there's an issue with feet in general?
Oh yeah. I think a lot of people don't like their feet being touched. I don't know if that's an American culture thing or if that's worldwide. But even for me, it's a little bit weird. But I think it can be an experience that you have to sort of just dive headfirst into if you want to have it done.
Although if any part of the body is going to be washed by somebody else, I think besides the hands, probably the feet are the most appropriate.
True. Once you get out of those hands and feet, it's kind of weird, really weird of washing. Yeah. I think it's. I found from every Monday, Thursday I've been a pastor, I've washed feet, and it's an incredibly intimate thing, right? Our feet are not something that we typically hold up for others to see. But I did have one woman one year who was sitting in the back and she didn't know this was going to happen, and she was wearing stockings, so she ripped open her stocking at her feet from her toes so that she could come up and wash her feet or have her feet washed. It was really bizarre. It was really, very cool. But I was like, wow, okay, huh? It was really something. So, it's a sign of Jesus sets an example. Is what we'll hear tonight in our service. He sets an example for them and for the disciples. And we took a little different tack when we were out on the street and we were handing out our flyers because it was about just encouraging folks to love others, right? Not participate in the just so much of the horrible stuff in our world. So, do you think, in a sense, do you think that needs to be out there when we do this? Do we really need a constant or an encouragement or reminder to love one another?
I think it can be tricky. I think that in today's society, the church plays an interesting role in both loving people on one hand, but is seen negatively in a lot of people's light, or in a certain light to a lot of people. So I think that being out on the street and just promoting nothing other than to love your neighbor and to oppose, blatant obstructions of civil liberties is a very positive thing for people to see that side of the church.
Thoughts, Luther?
I think that foot washing is a nice way of deliberately making sure that you're serious about not just abstractly saying to love everyone, but actually, well, when you get down to it, there's these dirty parts of us that we have to deal with, and part of loving people is to care for even the worst bits.
No, that's
So I
right.
think
That's really good.
And it's a nice physical thing that we can do to sort of remind ourselves of that.
Great. Well, thank you very much. And so this was our Maundy Thursday public foot washing session from Lutheran Campus Ministry in Greater Pittsburgh. Peace.